Okay, kids, this is a National. I believe it's a 1210, I think, pretty sure. And a nice gold-looking grill. That ain't gold. The logo might be gold, but that's supposed to be chrome. And it's covered with God knows how many layers of gross, disgusting things I have to clean up. The grill cloth is at least all there and not full of holes. The handle's been repaired in a poor manner, and this thing is really, really filthy. These amps are kind of like a Fender Champ circuit. It's got a 5Y3, a 12AX7, and a 6V6. And the previous owner, we have a lot of dirt. The previous owner decided to install a 3-wire cord. Why did you do it that way? That big giant appliance cord. No. But at least we have our original Jensen speaker, and got some RCA tubes. Oh, let's punch the tripod. That's good for camera view. So our rectifier is an RCA, and our 6V6 is an RCA. And what is our 12AX7? Let's find out. That looks like a crusty RCA also. I think it's an RCA. Close enough. We're gonna assume that's an RCA. Again, this came from the auction, and our auctioneer is usually pretty honest with us. Okay, so I was told that the individual who owned this prior to me used it up until the time he was no longer able to use it, which would have been about a year ago. So the odds of this working are not terrible. It does have a, I gotta fix that. We're gonna do that right. But it's really dirty. But it's all here, and I just keep telling myself this will clean up and this will be nice. These little amps are popular for recording. I guess they're kind of grittier and a little bit more aggressive than a Champ was, so they're popular for harp players too. Okay, let's flip it around. We'll plug it in and turn it on and see if it explodes. Okay, so moment of truth. On. Okay, there's a light. Lights are good. I'll give it a minute to warm up. I have the volume at 0, so hopefully we won't be blasted by a horrible humming sound from horribly awful filter caps. I heard a very, very slight tick. Yeah. It's silent. Okay, now granted there's nothing plugged into it, but it's silent. There's obviously noises behind me. Yeah, it's silent. I got no noise. I don't see any smoke. I certainly don't have any music. Wonderful. Alright, let's troubleshoot this briefly. That was the world's shortest troubleshooting session ever. I took a look at our tubes and wiggled the 12AX7 a little bit. It made some popping noises and warmed right up. And now it makes noise. So, slightly loose tube. I might have loosened it when I took the lid off, but the amp works and doesn't hum, so we're in a good position here. We have an amp that will need a... Let's knock some more stuff off our bench here, our pathetic excuse for a bench. So let's take it apart, take this mess out, take our speaker and our electronicals out. We'll clean them, but we're going to take this cabinet upstairs and we are going to try to remove all of the cooties out of it because it's really gross. It's a plywood cabinet. I mean, it's there's a lot of potential here. I just have to keep telling myself this came from the same place that Ibanez guitar that we posted last video came from, and that was horrible and disgusting too. But there's a lot of potential. You know, dirt can be removed, it can be cleaned up, it can be fixed. So, you know, just tell myself that this amplifier can be shined up, it can look nice, everything's here, you know. It's just a project piece, put in some elbow grease and you'll be fine. And at this point, shut up, take the chassis and speaker out and go clean your cabinet. See how lovely my hand is just from handling this thing. Let's get a look at how glorious that cabinet looks now. We got to get a good shot of that because we're going to come back afterwards and see how much it improved. I think that's closer to what color it's supposed to be. Look under the screws, maybe get a better idea. Let's see how this thing cleans up. And might as well do it before on our grill cloth too. And there's an after shot of our cabinet after we've cleaned it. We have cleaned it with the blue cleaner, then the yellow cleaner, then the purple cleaner, and then we put our surface treatment on it, and it looks way better. Some things I just can't fix, like, you know, the chrome being completely gone from the handle buckles, but you know, you fix what you can. Making progress on our cabinet. I have cleaned our cabinet a lot. I installed a proper 3-wire cord that goes down through the original cord hole. That's how it's supposed to be. And we did patch Buddy's drill out there. We patched that. That's patched, so we don't have a big hole in the back of the cabinet anymore. So yeah, progress is happening. Speaker's okay, had a tiny little nick on it, so we fixed that. So I guess I get to put it together now. For those of you that like to look at amplifier guts, we can do that. We got a volume and tone knob. Looks like a full voltage 120 volt bulb, being neon. That's a cap to ground 0.01, so that's your quote-unquote death cap. Yeah, a bunch of resistors, terminal board under here, and then there's another terminal board hiding under there. All the capacitors I see in this thing are ceramic discs. So other than the big filter cap right there, which is quiet and not leaking, I think we're good. Got some shielded wire coming from the front to the back here. And yeah, so I think this one needed more cosmetic than it did anything else. Oh, by the way, after I ran that cord through the grommet, I did put some glue on there so it ain't going nowhere. Okay, so I got it put back together. It's working just fine. Let's play a little bit clean here. I figure this was probably somebody's garage rock amp, and we'll turn it up a little bit. It's got plenty of volume. I have a feeling we're probably just going to hit the distortion level of the camera really quick, but you know, I'm sure all 60's amps at one point or another, you know. And then if we really decide to turn it all the way up, oh my word, this sounds so cool, and I wish you could appreciate it, but slapping together some stuff. It's just got such a pleasant distortion tone. It's probably way too loud for the camera, but I think it's cool. It says the National, they called it the Model 1210. I guess it was kind of Valco's last hurrah in those years. I think they they stopped making amps in probably about 66, 7, something like that. I think they were sold. So this would be about a 65 based on the speaker code. Most of the ones I see for sale are 62 or 63, but I believe this is a 65. You know, simple 5-watt amp with a lot of attitude, and too loud for our poor camera. Well, let's actually really give it the grease from our guitar here. Yeah. So I'm sure that sounds like crap on camera, but I think it's really cool. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.